So there's a lot of opportunity, and I personally have been in the financial services industry, as we said, for almost a couple of decades or so. And during my time, it's quite evident that we're not attracting many females to become loan originators, whether that's direct or out in the field, where we have a lot of representation of women would be in the underwriting space. So it's interesting that we don't have a lot of men in the underwriting space, and we don't have a lot of women in the originating space. So for me, as someone who's worked in strategy, that coin also plays both sides as well. We don't see enough diverse talent that's at the table driving strategy for the mortgage business, whether it's on the operations or the origination side. So I've worked with companies like Capital One most recently, and we made very intentional steps to want to attract, develop, because that's the missing key. We see that there's not a lot of representation in some of these roles because of awareness, development, and then advocacy. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but those are some of the key roles that I see opportunities in, is attracting men to want to become underwriters and be more behind the scenes, and then giving women the development, the exposure, and education that will make them attracted to being loan originators.
Sure. Just to give you a sense of the data you're working with, right? So you probably have seen a number of statistics. One staggering statistic that all of us should know. By 2020, that's within a year and a month, we're going to be 44 trillion gigabytes. And if you want to just see what that means, I know it gives you a sense of number numbness. That's going to be as many digital bits as there are stars in the universe. I mean, that's a crazy number. And part of the data lives within each of our organizations. That's the next big thing. It's not that this data is somewhere out. We are contributing, we are generating, contributing, and we are sitting on the data in our respective organizations. And data is the natural resource for this round of industrial revolution that is going on, information revolution. So with data, therefore, come a ton of insights that if we do not harness the data and understand what is going on, then the data is as good as, think about raw resource oil sitting somewhere underneath, and we are sitting on this profound mine of natural resource but not using it. So what does data tell you? I look at data, think of this flow simply, one thing you carry. Through data comes insights. What insights? Where your organization is, where it can be, and how do you achieve it. With insights comes action, and with actions comes change, which is the driver for anything that we want to achieve in diversity and inclusion. And therefore, today, you are sitting on the data, whether it's in Excel worksheets or in some kind of HR information management systems in your respective organization. What you need is the technology, and the technology is there, out there, all kinds of statistical tools that will allow you to understand the baseline of different kinds of segmentation to give you insights about where the organization needs to grow and expand from a diversity and inclusion perspective.
Great, thank you. So I'm going to point this question to you, Robert. So you've spent a healthy portion of your career leading transformational efforts within institutions. So when it comes to solid D&I strategy, where can lenders begin, and what kinds of tactics can you employ in diversifying workforce, but leveraging the technology to do it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what I've seen, Marie, and everyone in the room really work is when we leverage the data as a tool and a resource, and not something that is dictatorial, right? So the data says this, so we have to do that. The data needs to be interpreted and leveraged in the right way to then initiate change within the organization. What I've seen, for example, some of the companies that I work with is when we have engagement surveys. How many of us in the room actually have annual engagement surveys? So most everyone in the room. What we found is most will highlight the successes of the results, but they don't spend enough time interpreting the opportunities and the gaps to then build great infrastructure and frameworks to move the associate engagement forward. So if we're seeing that our teammates overall are 87.8% satisfied, and the goal demonstrably demonstrate that we are committed to celebrating the successes but learning from the gaps and the opportunities. A couple things specifically and tangibly that I've seen done is flip the paradigm, if you will. Typically, we expect teammates to be the ones that are driving resource groups. The organizations that are doing that well, like Johnson & Johnson, for example, who are just named number one on the Diversity Inc. List of most diverse or best places to work with diversity. The CEO holds his executive leaders accountable for being sponsors of those resource groups. Not just saying, but demonstrating their commitment by being sponsors, which means it's on their scorecard. Compensation is directly tied to their leadership, not participation in resource groups. So resource groups is one huge piece in tying the executive compensation and responsibilities to resource groups. Whether implicit or explicit, connecting the invisible KPI of D&I to your leadership scorecard. Connecting the invisible KPI of D&I to your leadership scorecard. What that means is there is a direct responsibility for any manager and above person in the organization to demonstrate their commitment by who they're hiring, how they are hiring, how they're retaining, and how they are developing their talent. So those are just a couple of the things that I've seen in companies like Capital One, learn from Johnson & Johnson. There are very specific things using internal data, right? Not always external data, but the internal data that our teammates that work here are sharing with us, because the biggest referrer that you want is the person that's sitting in your organization, right? And if you can create engagement and a culture that they enjoy, it becomes seamless.
And just to take that a step further too, with ERGs, it's also important for the employees to also have a lead part in those ERGs. So in other words, give them a voice, don't give them the task to
Yes.
just implement and execute. It's really kind of what's your role in this organization?
Yes.
And kind of giving them a lead.
And more responsibility, gentleman here from USAA, Ksenia, am I saying that correctly? Yes. He is accountable and responsible with the budget for leading diversity efforts and resource group efforts. That is where the rubber meets the road when our organizations are saying you have a $10,000 budget, $20,000 budget, whatever is possible, a $1,000 budget if it is commensurate or congruent with the organization. So you're absolutely right. Don't just say get involved. Say take responsibility, and I'm here to support you as your executive sponsor.
Yep. Great. So question for you, Chitra. One recent example in terms of the world of AI is the failed Amazon experiment, which I'm sure everybody has read about. So there was gender bias prevalent. It presented itself in the algorithms, but when you think about it, the algorithms are developed by people, right? So that, and maybe those biasness were kind of prevalent in the engineers who created the algorithms. So as the technology is being developed by people, how can companies best neutralize the information?
So things are getting better, definitely what you said. So in case, to give you the Amazon story, Amazon used 10 years of the applicant's history, resumes that they had held in their repository to build an AI system that would automatically evaluate a resume and predict who can be a good fit for Amazon. And because Amazon is a technology company, you could imagine that the data overwhelmingly came from male candidates. And so the AI system that was trained on it, therefore, was biased towards evaluating a male candidate resume over a female candidate. While they tried to address it, but they were not fully confident that their AI system provides equal opportunity benefits for both male and female genders. And that's the story, they have pulled it out. But that brought to the fore some of the pitfalls of blindly applying data science, machine learning, and AI to your data. I think one has to, I've been talking quite a bit about what I call responsible AI. It's not any AI, but applying the right kind of AI and machine learning techniques so that you will be able to stand behind the recommendations and options it provides to you as a company CEO, C-level. So the current problem is this, right? Since this is an exciting area, it's a hot topic, news graduates are coming out who are probably well versed in the technology, but not so much in the industry guidelines, right? The fair house lending, etc., etc. So therefore, they are simply applying these techniques without understanding the ramifications and the implications of what the AI system is doing. So therefore, IBM Research and a few other companies have started tackling this, avoiding or eliminating bias in any kind of AI systems. They have released a framework called AI Fairness 360. It's an open source framework and a code package which allows anyone in the world to make sure when they are building AI systems, they can evaluate their systems using the metrics that this package will provide to make sure that the outcomes, the predictions the AI system is making are free of statistical parity difference, disparity, disparate impact, etc., etc. So I think it's a step in the right direction, but still I always look at it as NAWRB has trademark what I call human technology balance, and that is to do with ultimately human remains in the loop. You cannot, yes, we would love to have our AI systems do everything, but we have to be staying on top of. While it can present recommendation options to humans, human needs to take the final decision of accepting or overriding that, and we cannot let go of that accountability and responsibility.
And also kind of pushing along, consistent quality assurance measures. I mean, before you put something out there for prime time. So I think that in the case of a company like Amazon, I mean it's amazing how the scale, how large they are, but the danger in what they put out there was a bit of a hit to their reputation, so to speak. So and I think that again, technology is something that is very, very fluid right now, and it's ever changing. But again, I think quality assurance is a important part of that. And it sounds like that there's software applications out there that can do it.
It does, much to their credit, I would say, that they release the information and took ownership of it. It's not like some other company, I won't names, where we found later how our data has been misused or monetized. So yes, I think this is to raise awareness because it's such a hot topic. Every fintech, every company says, I do data science, I do machine learning. But I think this case and several other prime examples of the use of AI and the biases it can unwittingly introduce is making the point about that, keeping that human in the loop always.
Yep.
If I can add something to that, I think that it's so important, even especially in diversity and inclusion. Now I speak specifically about inclusion because I believe we are almost organically at this point in our existence, organically becoming diverse. But I think the real work is in creating inclusive and engaging cultures. And technology and data should be used to inform and support, right? Not to direct, but it's used to inform your decisions as leaders in your organization on what direction should we go. Who are the underserved within our organization? We speak about the responsibility of the underserved outside of the organization, but without a leader, without that human responsibility in the middle of technology and AI, we stand the risk of another Amazon or Facebook or other organization that technology just goes amok. And the human influence is just so important, particularly when we talk about the inclusion.
So I'm going to pose a question to both of you. So in a recent New York Times article, it was discussing more of the commonality of AI and diversity. So I came across this interesting quote from Thasunda Duckett. She's the chief executive of consumer banking at JPMorgan Chase. And she noted that diversity is not the same as inclusion. And she artfully stated, diversity is being invited to the party, inclusion is being asked to dance. I love the quote. So to further the thought, barriers to inclusivity include, arise from this unconscious biasness, and we can talk about that in terms of engineers developing code. So While the focus of our discussion has been diversification, what analytics can companies apply in terms of inclusion and measuring the inclusion effort?
Sure. So, a lovely quote. I'm glad there have been few previous mentions, and I think that surely diversity and inclusion, while they are aligned to the same goals, slightly different, right? And I think, especially with inclusion, technology can actually make a material difference. Why? I think about this. Let's take talent recruitment, where technology today plays actually a very good role in terms of mitigating the human bias. Now, technology is scanning through resumes and then being able to understand the fit to the organizations, the needs, cultural fit, etc. And that is the first step to expand the diversity of the candidates you are attracting. The inclusion part is technology going one step beyond. That is about understanding and what I call hyper-personalization, which is it's not only you're attracting the candidate to your organization, but providing the extra material to excite them why they should join that, right? So it's not just you're inviting 10 women or 10 different underrepresented minorities to apply to you, but why? Making the case individually for each of them. Technology can do that. Imagine if you have to do that manually, that's a lot of time that goes into it, but technology can do so easily because you know the background of the candidate, you know the role, so you can actually generate a very fitting response. So that kind of hyper-personalization is where technology helps, and which is what we enjoy, all of us, with Amazon and Apple. The same thing can be brought to the inclusion mandate as well.
Yeah, I think that's such a great point. There's so many human capital management technologies, and one, for example, is HireVue. Has anyone heard of HireVue? Okay, great. That means you get to learn something today. HireVue is a technology that simplifies and makes extremely efficient the process of identifying, interviewing, assessing, and scheduling interviews for candidates. It removes a lot of the biases that are typically inherent in the interview process, but it makes it so simple for recruiters to make the job descriptions, right? It helps to remove wording, verbiage, anything that leans towards a bias in job descriptions. It removes some of those risks and makes it so that you can just present an opportunity in a form or fashion that, regardless of racial, ethnic, gender, so on and so forth, the person who's best for the job will be the person selected for the interview, for example. So HireVue is awesome. Organizations like Capital One can use it. Bank of America, I believe, also uses HireVue. But it also puts the candidate at ease because it's a video interview. There's a video capability to the technology that lets the person, in the comfort of their own home, their own office, or what have you, take that first initial step, whether it's the assessment and or a follow-up interview, and then scheduling whatever is next in the process. But human capital management technology like HireVue, success factors, and then you see success factors, a lot of organizations use it for their training platform, right? So there's a technology that you can collect data pre-hire, right, that makes that onboarding experience an exceptional welcome for a candidate and or helps to retain and develop the existing teammates that you have. So you kind of led me in the direction that I wanted to go around. Technology should be used to personalize the experience. It's just like we go shopping. How many of us use those little scan cards to get the discounts at the store? The company, that organization is tracking our spending patterns so that they can see what offers to send us, right? The same thing we can do and should be doing internally. When our teammates come to work, birthdays, anniversaries, milestones, and many companies do this, but companies that do it well, again, like Johnson & Johnson, as well as, I believe, what was that?
Marriott.
Yeah, so Johnson & Johnson, Marriott, and then one Hilton, I believe, kind of rounded out the top 3 or top 10. But they personalize the onboarding experience as well, and as much as they personalize the teammates' journey throughout their career with their organization.
So almost like a CRM or Salesforce
Yes.
for your
Employees.
in-house
Yes,
staff, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept because we spend so much money and so much time trying to cultivate all this information about our customers. But then what about our employees?
And we expect the leader to know it. I have 20 direct reports. You want me to know, John's anniversary? What about Robin's anniversary and her birthday? We just celebrated yesterday. But we can collect this data and package it in a nice, with a nice bow to the leaders, which many organizations are adopting. Bank of America has a reward recognition program that is almost bar none, that recognizes anniversaries, birthdays, and again, milestones. But the leader is equipped with this data and almost just makes it very, very seamless for them to create engagement culture.
Yeah, great. So, another question for the two of you. So, Chitra, you're obviously your long history with IBM, working with other companies, as a consultant as well. And you, Robert, you've had years of financial services. Are there any companies that stand out to you in terms of engendering best practices? And if so, and maybe you don't want to name those companies, but if so, what are some of the things that they have done that have really led D&I efforts in terms of what they're doing and who's the best kind of show horse in terms of the industry?
Maybe I'll touch on a couple of things and Robert can. So as you said, I think there are many lists and ranking. So it's hard to find the same company in all of them. So rather than let's focus on some of the best practices that seem to have been adopted by any one of these top ranked companies in any of these lists. A couple of them, what I found is that these companies go out of their way to encourage the creation of employee advocacy groups of different denominations, whatever their community of interest could be, by gender, by any characteristic, and providing them the infrastructure to meet and have their voices actively encouraging, not just yes, go ahead, but actively encouraging and being part of it. The C-level execs, the directors and above, they're also part of those groups, and I think that makes employees feel as part of the family and the voices are heard. And technology plays a right? I heard of companies establishing Facebook groups for themselves of different denominations and so on. Second, I think, is these companies put in a lot of effort in terms of training and keeping that knowledge abreast and refreshed every year. This whole diversity and inclusion awareness and the active promotion and mandate even sometimes in some of the big organizations make it mandatory. So everyone is kept up to date in terms of what's in the air, what are some of the given, whether it's outside external context or internal context, how one needs to be sensitive and how to act accordingly. So technology again gives you the tools in order to impart the training at scale, consistently, going back to Mari's point about consistently at higher quality, rather than having human stage, which could be sometimes untenable, both from a timing and economical perspective. So those are some of the good habits we found.
So to build on that, I think a lot of organizations, what I've seen is a lot of organizations are reimagining how they deliver inclusion and diversity. And I've intentionally put diversity, as I mentioned earlier, after inclusion. Because if you create inclusive cultures, you will attract the talent that is the best talent for your organization. So a lot of companies are spending more time driving engagement through things like employee resource groups. I know we've heard that those things are really, have been sown throughout the day. Engagement through resource groups, engagement through mentorship, engagement through development, engagement through exposure. I like to think of it as the 3 E's. If you give people education, you give them experience, and then you give them exposure. So we're going to train you to be successful, not in your job, but just your job, but to be successful within our organizational culture. We're going to give you opportunities to apply that training through experience, and then we're going to give you exposure in front of the leadership, internally and externally, that can influence and possibly help you grow in your career. And all those things really tie in very well to resource groups. I know personally when I've led resource groups for the last 10 years or so and had the opportunity to do transformational work through them, right? Through the resource groups is giving people want to do, here's what people really want. They want to feel connected. We all want to feel connected. We all want to feel acknowledged. And we all want to feel that we are accomplishing our personal goals and dreams. And when we focus more on the external customer, Sanjeev Yasnik, the president of Capital One Financial Services, said we can't focus more on helping our customers achieve their dreams than we do on our employees achieving their dreams. That gives me chills and goosebumps to this day. Not many organizations focus on helping their teammates achieve their dreams. They're focused on helping our customers buy homes. But what about the teller who makes $13 an hour who also has an ambition to be a homeowner? What are the programs and plans and things that we're going to do to help her be prepared to do that? And I hate to kind of go off script a little bit, but that's extremely important, is that we have to, companies that get it right, they find a way to connect to the work, to the teammates' personal ambitions, goals, and dreams, whether it's saving money, buying a home, growing your career, getting that next degree. Those are the things that matter to our clients as much as the clients that walk in our doors every single day. So again, resource groups, mentorships, personalization of the experiences. And I think last but not least, that exposure. Don't send me to a development program, or don't send me to DC to participate in the MBA's Diversity and Inclusion Summit and not expect me to come back with ideas, creative solutions to some problems. So my challenge to you, because I know we have a little bit more time and we'll have questions, my challenge to you is what new and innovative and reimagined thing will you take back to your company to say if we did just this one thing, I'm confident we can move the dial on our experience, our sales, and our operations.
That's interesting you bring that up, because Crystal Hills is in the audience. She's our Director of Community Engagement, and right before this session, she hit me up and she said, for our D&I Council meeting next week, I've got a list of suggestions. And I said, great, and she took it out of this event. So it's where we are able to kind of get people engaged in the process and part of the brainstorming and then part of the implementation. And I love the 3 E's concept. So it's as simple as that when it comes to workforce development. So I wanted to kind of take the time right now to open it up for questions in the room. All right.
I just have I have a 4th E for you.
Okay.
It feels like and sounds like after all the E's that people will be enlightened.
I like it.
I like that.
So we rounded out, it's not a 3-legged stool, it's a 4-legged stool now.
I think we just created a whole new motto. That's great, thank you.
She said that there's a 4th E to the education, experience, and exposure will lead to enlightened teammates. Let's give her a round of applause.
Woo! Manda.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the group? All right, well, I'm going to leave it to maybe a lasting thought from you, Chitra, and one from you, Robert.
Ladies first. It was great.
I'm just honored to be standing here with the 2 of you. This has been wildly interesting and entertaining. I mean, and I love what we can take away from this. So thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you to the audience who stuck around despite this being the last session of the day. The parting thought, I think it's been flashing. It's a Galileo's thought. Measure what you can and make what is not measurable. So when I talk to companies around the globe, I make sure they are realizing you're sitting on data, precious data about your employees, not just about your customers, about your employees, and not using the data to make improvements within the organization, to increase to have an impact on your business outcome, is think about it as losing your competitive edge. Today, data and the insights that come with using your data is what is going to set yourself apart and outpace your competition. So data and analytics and technology are all around to serve you better.
Thank you.
In the spirit of serving, as a great quote that I love by Dr. King, it says that everyone can be great because anyone can serve. And it's evident that each and every one of you in this room are passionate about serving and making your organizations better. I again challenge you to go back with something